I think at 46 years old, 47 here soon, I think that I'm in decent shape. I air quote it because, everything is subjective. We have our own opinions about what we think being in decent shape is. I think that I'm in shape. That don't mean everybody else has to. Like, some of us got people we know they think they can rap and sing, and they can't. But I've learned a lot about the process. I continue to learn. There's some unfortunate things that you learn. Like you learn what sarcopenia is and how you lose muscle as you get older. And you like, dang, okay, what can I do? And then you learn what you can do to try to counter it and things like that. I've never claimed to have it all figured out, but I'm somebody, for me, I keep receipts. Very self absorbed, but I think in a good way. I am so self absorbed in what I'm trying to do to hopefully better my situation, even if things don't work out, that I block out a lot of what I hear, man. I do. So a lot of the same lies and the accusations and the stuff people tell me or they'll tell others, I used to try to tell people. And the only thing I can do to try to put two and two together is, the reason I used to tell people these things is because I wasn't happy with what I was doing. Now, unless you got documented proof, because I will listen to you, especially when it comes to fitness. I am one of those weirdos to think, okay, if you're going to talk to me about fitness, I expect you to be some level of fit. Then I need to know the details that come with why you're not as fit as you say, because there's a lot of stuff that can happen. Take if somebody got a laundry list of injuries, man. Like, I've never regretted just my process. And yes, I've had some years of just ego lifting and just different things. I herniated my disc, the first one like in 2004. And I was stationed at Balboa Hospital. I had gotten off work, kind of a long work day. It wasn't like those were like I was on a ship or anything like that. But instead of just doing like getting off work, maybe going home, take a little rest or whatever, I went straight to the gym. And instead of doing like the leg press or whatever, a lot of people don't like that, but I'm a leg press guy now. I got one here at home. I went straight in. There was a lot of people in the gym, especially it was a lot of women in there, and I was just killing it, man. And I herniated my disc. Do I regret it? I probably would have did it. I felt that it was right at the time. So when people say, "Man, I regret doing this," no, you didn't, because you did it. It happened. You regret it once you start facing those consequences. Meaning, now I got to do so much rehab and recovery. But that's life. But all that taught me a lot. Like when it comes to just being in what I consider decent health, decent shape at 46 years old. Now, being 46, there are some things that you'll learn. There's bad and there's good to it. One of the bad things, there's a couple of the bad things is you might lose people along the way. You changing your habits, things that you're doing, you might lose people. People start acting weird. They do. And by weird, there's just an umbrella of, jealousy, envy. I just say weird, but there's just a lot of that falls up under that. Some of the good things are you might lose people and people might start acting weird. You probably like, damn, which one is it? But if you lose people, you probably didn't need them around in the first place. Being in the military for 20 years, some of my friendships that I thought were my closest friendships were created by the environment. And because of that, the red flags that I probably gave off myself, because I'm never going to say I was perfect, and what I saw, I would ignore. I would ignore red flags. And then when that friendship or those friendships would go kaput, you hurt. Man, I thought we was cool, man. We had some good times together, and this person did this because, some of the coolest cats I met in the Navy end up being some of the people I wouldn't say a word to these days. Now, I would still help via email or I'll attach a message to a bird or something like that. But yeah, you really don't know these people outside of before, you met them in the military. In the military, certain times, like if you got a certain job, y'all going through tough times together. So there's humor, things like that. You think you know somebody, but you don't. And it happens. And people really show you their true colors, especially if they're getting around alcohol. A lot of dudes, when they get around women, Hey, their true colors will come out. So yeah, when you say, man, I'm gonna start doing this. This is better for me. I'm not gonna do that no more. I got to stop doing that. When people aren't ready to do those things, they'll start acting weird. And when they start acting weird, I've learned, speaking for myself, I cannot speak for anybody else. That's how you know you're doing it right. Because they're not acting weird when you're doing the things that's most harmful to you. They're right there with you, or they're watching you doing it. An add-on is some people will keep you around when you ain't got the best going for you at that time, because you are that benchmark of, okay, I'm doing bad, but I'm doing better than Mike, right? I'm 250, but Mike 300. So let me keep them around. So they're going to still watch you eat and drink and do everything to make themselves feel better. How do I know that? Because I'm laughing. It sounds very diabolical, but I'm just being honest. I know because I was kind of like that. So being how I am at 46, fit for myself, right? Just being decently fit for myself. The thing is, I lead with fitness. I do. I'm in this joint all the time. I work in the services career field. I'm trying to get you to do something that might be considered tough. So that whole billboard, your body is a billboard aspect, I believe that. I do. I want to walk into a room, and I have to because I play too much sometimes. Before, if I don't know you, I'm stone faced. How I walk into a room and I portray myself as being in shape, and I'll keep that if I don't pick up a good vibe on you. But if you know me, I got a sense of humor, man. Even in the toughest of times. Shout out to the Navy, because that taught me that. But it's not just that. Like, I lead with the fitness, the whole billboard aspect. But I had to fix a lot of stuff, man. I had to fix my finances. No, I'm not balling out of control, but I used to spend money I just didn't have. And I was doing weird stuff that I shouldn't have did. Like I told you on previous videos, I am renting game consoles. So at the time, maybe a game console, Xbox now. Yeah, I was PlayStation at one point in time. But you rent a game console, it's $300. You finance a game console, it's $1,000. I am renting rims to put on my car to portray an image that I'm balling out of control. But it's common knowledge how much you make in the military, based on your rank and pay grade. Things like that. I'm spending money. I'm swiping my Navy exchange card to get clothes and stuff. I didn't know how I was gonna pay it back because I had a drinking problem. So it was either pay the next card off or go get some liquor and eat on the ship. These are all things I had to fix my finances. I had to fix just in general being in the military, what I was doing in the military. Of course, you want to do more when you're in the military to make more money. That means you have to advance. And if you're enlisted, at the time, you had to take the test for E4, take the test for E5, take the test for E6. The issue with that was I wasn't studying. But I somehow would get mad when I would see people that would advance. It was crazy. What am I mad at you for? When you're doing what you know you need to do in order to get advanced to make more money, but I'm not doing it. So it was something that I had going on internally. And then when it came time to get out the military, transitioning from the military, you hear a lot of horror stories. It's tough. Depending on how long you're in there, your identity is attached to that thing. Man, it is. Pause. Pause. But you are attached to what you were doing for so long. And some people, they wear that uniform, they don't know who they are without it. And that's something that continues on through this day. So there's that. You ever tell somebody, man, just saying, hey, man, there's more to life than the military, and they get mad at you? Yeah, it happens. So I had to fix that. Like, what am I going to do when I get out the military? Because I want to do something totally different. I was in logistics. I want to work in higher ed or HR. So the people that are around you when you're making these changes, you will see how they react to you. I learned that. I'm still learning that to this day at 46 years old. You'll have haters. You'll have haters of all ages, from young to old. You ever heard of well, you ain't never heard of it because I made it up. It's called an unk hater. You know what an unk hater is? I'm going to tell you what an unk hater is, man. I guess I'm an established unk, being 46 years old, because that's what people call you. What up, unk? What up, feller? What up, feller? An unk hater is somebody that'll hate on you when we got a whole life we didn't live. I've had people that are, let's just say, this is a prime example of the first unk hater. They're 1 to 2 years older than me. And they will go out of their way to tell me, man, so if I'm 46 and I'll be 47 in October, man, when you get 48, 49, man, all that gonna slow down, man. You ain't gonna be able to do all that. They might be right. There's a lot that can happen in a year or two. The issue with that is how they looked at 46 is not how I look now. They looked exactly how they did, how they do now at 46. Ain't nothing changed, or probably they gained a little bit more weight. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that is an example of that type of unk hater. The second example is the older type of unk hater. I can't speak from the age range of 50 because I'm not there yet. Hopefully I make it there, right? A lot can happen in this crazy world. I'm not trying to be all morbid. I apologize. But you'll have somebody in their 50s, maybe early 50s. I've gotten it with some cats that after a while I was like, bro, that's all you keep saying. You'll see an older unk hater, man. They don't make them shirts in the bigger sizes. Is that your son's shirt? Here you go with the small shirts again. Here's the issue with that type of unk hater. We all know we're wearing slim fit stuff in this era right now. Even them. They're not displaced from that. So when you are wearing like a slimmer shirt and it's tighter in my arms and not in my belly area, they're going to say that. But they're wearing a slimmer shirt too. And it's a little looser in the arms because they don't have those going on, but it's tighter in the belly area. It's okay for them to say that to you, but if you be like, yeah, we're wearing the same like style slim fit shirt, yours is just tighter in the belly. Then they're going to want to throw them old unk hands. So yeah, you will have haters, especially if you are an older man, you will have unk haters. Stay away from folks. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to tell people to be, solo dolo, but if somebody has a different lifestyle than you and you guys are living different habits, why are you around them? Because it will get old. It will get old for people just trying to peer pressure you to do things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Why you want me to eat that? Why you want me to keep eating that and you know I was 300 pounds? What I got to drink for? It's a toxin. It's a poison. I'm not judging you for drinking, but I realized it wasn't good for me. So in order for us to be cool, you want me to drink some poison. Gotcha. Gotcha. When I hear victim weight, meaning if you under 200 pounds, that means somebody they can beat you up. I don't even be knowing as a 46-year-old who people be hanging out with where they say that, right? To where as soon as you walk in, somebody throw that scale down on you and be like, hey, get on this scale. I'm gonna see if you're 200 pounds so I can fight you. I'm not around folks like that. I got bills and I got a family to provide for. I ain't trying to go to jail. It's stupid to me. But I can tell you why I understand it. Because of him. I understand that whole 200 pound, over 200 pound, probably almost 30% body fat victim weight stuff. You see, I thought I was strong. And the crazy thing about, I say strong because it just sounds a little bit more, right? Beast mode. But the crazy thing about this time frame, everybody thought, man, Big Mike, SH2B. I was lifting actually less than what I'm lifting now, and I'm unk status on the decline with a lot of injuries. So I was just telling people that stuff. I wasn't saying victim weight because that's a newer way to term it, right? But I was saying, man, you get skinny, man. You're going to lose muscle. You keep doing all that cardio. Look at my cheeks. Look at my cheeks. There wasn't an ab in sight. Not to say you gotta have abs in order to be considered in decent health. But the stuff that I hear now, he was saying, I was saying. So I fully understand it. The honest, true reason was that I didn't want to be around it. I didn't want to be around nobody that was leaner or anybody that was doing cardio and not drinking. I definitely didn't want to be around you if you weren't drinking. It was because I didn't trust you. I thought you would judge me for it. So if you didn't drink, you probably going to see me at my worst. And then you probably going to go back and tell people I'm like that. And I'm trying to present this image that I got all this money that I didn't have. And I'm really just beast mode in this gym, which I wasn't because I had them damn cheeks. And I was over 25% body fat in the military. So yeah, I learned that. I learned that at 46. You get your stuff together. I've been doing it for a while. Like, I'm on the decline now because of sarcopenia and stuff like that I mentioned earlier. But it was times that I was just like really locked in. It's 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, I was just like really dialed in to, I think, man, my most grind mode time was being on deployment because at that point, I didn't have no choice to set myself up for success because that can be a very stressful time in your life. So I was still getting up, working out in the morning. I was a full-time student. Missed the hell out of my damn son. I know that. So I had to really just lean into that, right? But I've been doing it for so long, and I've been hearing so much crap from people for so long, that my advice to people is you got to do you. You got to stick to what it is that you're doing. And that don't mean life is going to be perfect for you, but at the same time, it'll be better than what you were. And the only way that you can kind of see that sometimes is when you remove yourself from that grind mode path long enough, and you look around at the people you used to hang out with or the people that got problems with you, and you feel great when you realize I'm not there no more. Nothing against them, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like being older, like I be seeing a lot of fitness influencers and people putting out information about working out and being lean and lean is low and body gain in their 20s and 30s and stuff like that. And I rock with it. I was there at one point in time, right? But when you're 40, that's when it gets weird with a lot of people, man. Because you ain't supposed to do it. Because mentally, they done already shut that switch off. It ain't possible. Once you get this age, and as soon as you do, then you got to be doing something crazy in order to see that, instead of just realizing I ain't eating like I used to eat. I don't drink no more, right? I have a regular routine that I do, and this routine is normal for me. And that's where the water gets kind of like, it's weird. It's not clear. It's because if it's normal for me and it's not for you, like it's obsessive for you, that means I'm the problem. When you know what the end game is that you want, you know what the outcome is. Crazy work. That's the dark side of like being in great shape at one point in time in your life. I said it before. If you've ever been in like what you consider great shape, you know, because you probably still got pictures, or you probably got somebody around you that's reminding you, or Facebook memory when you was just thinner, you was better, you knew it, you remembered that time frame, and it's clear as day. The crazy thing about that is not only do you want to get back there, and some people are living vicariously through that moment. They keep talking about it, man. Back when I was such and such, and I used to do this, and I'll be like, why aren't you doing that now? What happened now? Why you can't do it now, right? The crazy thing about that is, outside of being haunted, is that you did it. You got yourself there, and you still ain't took ownership to get back there. You gotta get unstuck. And when you get unstuck and you get back there, no matter what age you are, because you got people out here that's 50, 60, they just not on social media like that. Because them cats done had years of people just talking crap. They said, man, I'm good. I'm just going to do my thing behind the scenes. When you know that you've gotten there, it sucks. And you got two choices at that point in time. Get back to doing what you know you needed to do that got you there in the first place, or you can either become a troll. You can be so envious of somebody else that got the same access to stuff that you have, doing the same things that you once did, or you just do nothing. You just do nothing. I'm not saying people aren't happy with themselves how they are. I don't know everybody like that. I'm not one of them cats that get on social media or YouTube right now and be like, man, this is how the world is. I don't know. I judge things based off my own life experiences and things I see. I can't generalize for anybody. Don't know everybody like that. Yeah, man, get up. Get unstuck. You know what you need to do. We all know what we need to do. Everything is accessible on your phone. Put that drink down, put that food down, man. Stop hanging out with these folks that you know they ain't the best for you. You eating right for a week and then you hanging out with the people that you know they gonna do it. You sitting here, you going to the club with these cats still, you know you don't want to go there because you've been working out in the morning, and now you gotta hide the fact that you drinking water. I was doing that at one point in time. I'm still trying to hang out. I ain't trying to piss nobody off. And instead of drinking vodka, man, I got some water or some club soda, man. And you ain't gonna get another drink? I'm good. You faking trying to be back. Like, man, bro, I'm telling you, once you do that stuff and you lock in and you get old enough, it's the weirdest thing ever. You know when somebody say, man, he just set in his ways. I am so glad that I am set in my ways how I am now. Because if I didn't, it would be extremely tough to try to change my own mindset. I am set in my ways, so I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. I will not let you peer pressure me as a 46-year-old, man. To eat some stuff I shouldn't be doing or eating. To drink something I know I shouldn't be drinking. To not work out. Now, I'm setting my ways so I'm going to do these things. And a lot of days I don't feel like doing it. But that's just who I am. And then here they come, man. What you be doing for fun? I work out. Working out ain't fun. Yes, it is. You ever play a video game on very difficult? It's fun. It's a video game, but it's tough. You know, it's definitely tough, and it'll piss you off to where you want to throw the controller at the screen. But I get up and I do it. You know why? Because I've seen the benefits. I've been all over that scale. You can't like sway the mindset of somebody that has seen success. I'm sorry, people. And it caused me to stop being that person, man. Right? Like here's why I don't like rock with a lot of people, because I'm the person that'll probably make you uncomfortable. Not in a bad way, but just to be like, hey, get back on get back on track, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't sit here and talk to you about what these people are doing and how much money they're making. We got to get on track. I can only be around people, and we can have a sense of humor. We can have a little bit of gossip here and there, but it won't be for long. Because if I want to throw an idea out there at you, I don't need you saying that it ain't possible. I don't need that, and vice versa. So yeah, get back on track. What are you doing? Why are we doing this? I'm that guy to where you be like, man, you see such and such, man, he gained all that weight in the off season. If you overweight, I'm gonna be like, what about you? Can you run up and down that basketball court? Can you run up and down that field? And then they're gonna be like, dude, it ain't the same. It is. You're talking about somebody's conditioning and getting up and doing what they know they need to do. The only issue is you're watching them do it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hate that movie, man. That album they made was trash. Go make a better movie. Put an album together so you can show them. I just get tired of it because life is short. We be sitting here, man, and unhappy about what it is that we're doing. And then we are looking at these people, outsourcing our emotions onto them. And then somehow we have a standard. Yo, they better be doing this because I'm watching. In the military, and this, I hope I don't offend anybody with this, but it's the craziest thing ever. You will raise your right hand to go serve proudly. Nothing against that. I'm not going to say I joined for patriotic reasons, but they sent me to Afghanistan. And I peed on myself the first 4 convoys, like urine. But every time I was going to work on the ship, I got to say, request permission to come aboard. I got to ask you to come to work. I got to ask you for me to walk on board the ship where I worked. I got to ask you, request permission to come aboard. And then I am looking at this athlete, talking to them about their job. What it is they're doing. I got to ask you to come to work, but I'm looking at this person that's making millions, and I got standards for them. I don't understand it anymore.